Speaker, Monsieur le Président, for the next few minutes, the House will be focusing some attention on the honourable member for Toronto Centre. Il n'a certainement pas besoin de notre aide pour attirer l'attention, mais aujourd'hui est sa dernière journée en Chambre en tant que chef du Parti libéral, et il mérite un hommage. Amid all the eulogistical things that are likely to be said today, I would remind members at the outset that the MP for Toronto Centre is not dead. Neither will he be retiring anytime soon. He is just changing roles. We're going to pay a tribute to him because his leadership, and Mr. Speaker, I hate that word interim, because his leadership over the past 22 months has been anything but interim. It has been robust and unstinting, skillful and substantive, as readily applauded by the media, the public, our caucus, the party, and indeed by his opponents in this House. In the middle of his job as leader, we named him Canada's Parliamentarian of the Year. And when I say we, I mean all of us in this House together. His peers in all parties voted him number one. And, Mr. Speaker, God knows the Liberal Party couldn't have stacked that vote. We weren't that organized even when we were in government. That Parliamentarian of the Year award, amidst all our travails as the so-called third party, is a large and unique signal of the respect the member for Toronto Centre has earned across the partisan divide. As you can imagine, our National Liberal Caucus meeting this morning was filled with many emotions as we thanked our leader for the work that he has done over the past 2 years or so, years that were both difficult and crucial, but not without a bit of humour. Like Bette Midler, the MP for Toronto St. Paul's over there, gushed this morning that the leader has been the wind beneath her wings. But the member for Cape Breton-Canso said, well, maybe someone just passed a bit of gas. The leader himself addressed the caucus with some poetry. You, the unwilling, he said to the caucus, led by the all-knowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little, we now feel qualified to do anything with nothing. And he went on to say, I know I have not answered all of your questions. The answers I have given only serve to raise big new problems. In some ways, I feel just as confused as ever, but I believe I'm now confused on a higher plane and about more important things. It was indeed quite a caucus meeting. As other parties in this House like to remind us, the Liberal Party has endured some difficult times since the election of May 2011. Perilous times because survival was not guaranteed. More than anyone else, the member for Toronto Centre has given the Liberal Party the opportunity to have a future. Plus que quiconque, le député du Toronto Centre a donné l'opportunité au Parti libéral de regarder vers l'avenir. He was the right person in the right place at a critical time. With his deep well of experience, his storehouse of knowledge, his understanding and judgment, the vast array of Canadians and international personalities whom he knows and who know him and whose respect he has earned, his oratorical skills in both official languages, his spontaneity and question period, his easy interaction with the media, the deep respect he shows for Parliament and the institutions of our democracy, the consistent principles that guide his conduct when the cameras are rolling and equally when they are not. His kindness and decency, these are characteristics that have shaped his leadership. And far beyond this House, people struggling with issues like mental illness, for example, people who have been marginalized by life circumstances, Aboriginal people searching for new hope and respect, and many others, have seen in this Liberal leader a reason to believe in the potential and compassion that Canada can offer. Perhaps more than any others, the member for Toronto Centre lives by what Laurier would describe as sunny ways, that positive instinct to see the glass always half full, not half empty. Yes, tough times come along in politics. One reaction is to get angry, to grow bitter. And if you do that, you will diminish and fade. The best lesson from the member for Toronto Centre is to always rise above the petty, look for the best in people, even your opponents, be fair, and always try to build a more inclusive society and a better country. C'est dans cet état d'esprit qu'il a motivé notre caucus et notre parti, qu'il nous a gardés unis et nous a aidés à grandir, tout en conservant notre visibilité et notre pertinence. Perhaps his greatest ally in all this work is his spouse and partner, Arlene. A soulmate, helper, advisor, comforter, confidant, and pillar of strength, she and their daughters Lisa, Judith, and Eleanor have been absolutely indispensable to what has been achieved. So today we say thank you to all of them. We have a future to fight for and hope for another day because of you, sir, and we are grateful.